Oh, 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 hey, Betty. Hold on a minute. Sorry. Hold on, let's see. Okay, yeah. I don't know if you're still there. I see that you left a message. You must have read what I was saying about David. I'd gotten up this morning. I haven't been to church in probably 3 weeks. And I was planning to go today. And David had been out of town. And I texted him. And I said, you in town? Are you back? And he said, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm planning to go to church. Everything seemed fine. And he said, I'll see you in a little bit. And I kept waiting. And then finally he texted me closer to 10 o'clock and said, hey, man, I'm not going to be able to make it. I'm not feeling good. And he said, I'm going to the hospital. He didn't give me any details on what was wrong or what's going on. He is 70-something years old, or 70. And he has oh, a while back he had some stents put in and stuff. I remember that. And he's regularly been going to Huntsville, Alabama to like a heart specialist to have them the stress tests and stuff to make sure everything's fine. But he had went through some stuff where he was out of breath a lot. So I'm thinking he might be having a complication with, he might be having some chest pains or harder breathing and stuff. Like I said, no details. So let's just make sure, even though you don't know, my friend, just keep him in prayer. Or whatever it is that you do, like whether it be praying or you just send out positive vibes or whatever. And I know some people don't believe in all that, but every little bit of helps, even just a good thought towards somebody, especially if they're having issues. So like it can either just be a positive affirmation or a positive, hey, help this person out or whatever. So that being said, I'm just kind of so thanks, Betty, for leaving that comment, even if you're not there now. I was a few minutes late getting in here or turning it on, and I set this up. I wasn't intending. I had no plan of going live this morning until after David, when David said that he wasn't going to be able to go. He had to go to the hospital. So hopefully I'll get some good. Hopefully he'll let me know what's going on later, or I'll hit him up and find out. Just before I was going live, I was trying to figure out something I can do or share with you guys, either from something I've wrote or something I'm reading or whatever, but I hadn't got a chance to get into anything yet and find anything that I wanted. Oh. Huh. I was just looking at something I did write a while back, April 14th, 2024. Simmering stew of fantastic portions being worked up. It's gonna be grand. We're not talking about eating. No, at least not food, but rather the meat of the spirit. I need to go through these and goodness gracious, At 9:45 a.m. I wrote something on April 14th, 2024. Twinkle, twinkle, little demon, I see you peeping, constantly looking, awaiting moments of opportunity to latch on again. I rise now every day with grateful gratefulness to my Creator. Although I may be under attack, I still have the choice to remember where the roots of my foundation are formed. I'm trying to read my own writing a little bit, and I didn't wear my glasses, and I don't have the lamp up here. Hopefully, a few people will show up here in a minute. Let me see. I might send this to. And let's see. Okay. And also, just happy Mother's Day to anybody out there. Anybody that's female and is a mother. And then if you're not a mom, but you have a mom and she is still with you in the world, and you have a good relations with her, try to reach out today and tell her you love her or something. Make sure, just give honor to the mom. Because without the portal, you can't get here. And I don't know if you understand what I mean, but our passage through the female to this world, I call it a portal. It's like that's the doorway. You cross in at conception, then at the right time you come out into the physical from inside the mother's womb. And that's what you do. That's why I say portal. And of course, I didn't schedule it. I've been noticing this side of my head. I shaved my head all at the same time and without a guard. I think what's happening is the way I'm sleeping. This is pushed up more or something. It just looks like it's growing faster than one side. Let me say this prayer. I'm going to say the prayer of sufficiency. Thanks to Don Miguel, or no, thanks to Joel S. Goldsmith, author of The Infinite Way, and a couple other things. The Infinite Way, well, a bunch of stuff, really. The Infinite Way, The Mystical Eye, The Master Speaks. There's a bunch of books that he did. Christian mystical stuff. Speak, Lord, for your servant hears. Your grace is my sufficiency in all things. And there is a sufficiency of your grace ever present in my consciousness. There is sufficiency of your grace, whatever prison I am in, physical, mental, moral, or financial. There is a sufficiency of your grace present within me now to meet the need of this very moment. And sufficient unto this moment is your grace. Amen. Well, hey, Leslie. Welcome. It's good to see you. I know that I've been inconsistent this past week. But, I've just not been feeling quite myself lately. And sometimes I've been struggling during the day and just hadn't felt compelled to be live. I've done a few live streams. I did one about 4 days ago. But I've been a little out of sync on the staying, I was doing like it usually almost every day during the week. Sometime in the middle of the day I would get on here and be live, and it just slowed down for a little bit. I've just been having my own issues and things I deal with, so there you have that. And I just thought I was going to go to church this morning, but my friend David, he seemed fine, but then it got closer to time for him to be here, and he had to text me and saying he's going to the hospital. And I could have walked to the church, but I didn't have the dogs inside, and if I take off walking, and like they weren't around at the time, I could have took off walking, but they usually end up coming up behind me. Like there's been times I've thought, okay, the dogs ain't around, I'm going to take off. And I'll get down the road and I turn around and there they are. And I didn't need them following me up to where the church is. because I usually, if I walk to the church, a lot of times I'll take the main road. So I thought I'll just go on and do a live stream for a little while, do a Sunday morning Mother's Day live stream, and say, see who shows up. Betty was here, but I don't know if she's still watching or not. She showed up and typed a message in there, and then I hadn't. I kind of was a few minutes late getting on here, but like I said, David, I don't know David's situation and what is wrong with him, but I do know that he had stents put in a while back for his heart, and he's been having a lot of stress tests done here lately over the past few months. Like periodically, like checkups with the heart doctor. So I'm thinking that maybe what he's talking, if he was feeling bad, I'm thinking he might have been his chest or having trouble breathing, and that's something that was an issue a while back. So anyway, I just hope my friend is okay. And like I said, I've been trying to think of something I could. I was just kind of trying to think of some things I could talk about or anything that I could share here. I'm in a decent mood, and that's a plus. That's a good thing. So, what is this here? Oh. Oh, I remember now. I'd gotten this card a while back from somebody that I don't remember their name. Louise McIntyre. And she used my legal first name and then put Cloud at the end of it, thinking that my last name's Cloud. And my legal name has not got anything to do with Cloud. But the name of the spirit, my spiritual name, is Grey Cloud. And to me, that's my real name. It ain't what my mom and dad tried to give me. And I've been meaning to ask somebody at church if this is someone. I'm thinking it's somebody from church, maybe. Louise McIntyre. Anyway, I'd forgot about this card, so I just seen it and was looking at it. Oh, and I got some catching up to do on some comic books and stuff. I've gotten quite a bit in this week. But I've had a little bit of trouble this past week, and I've just spent a little more money than I should have already, which is not anything unusual. Sometimes, a lot of times about 2 weeks, within 2 weeks of being paid, I'm usually close to broke anyway. It's just I stumbled and spent a little more money. I didn't have a way to go to the main stores, and I was going over here at this convenience store, and that racks up pretty quick when you're just trying to make it. You just walk over and get whatever you need, and it's convenient, but it's pricey. It costs more. I end up spending more there than I would if I could get to a grocery store or anywhere else. Like depending on what it is I'm trying to get. Oh, but something I'm excited now. This is volume 1 of Chainsaw Man, and I remember seeing this like a few years ago at some point. I think the first time I looked at Chainsaw Man was in Walmart. This looked cool to me. And I didn't find anything hard about reading this from the back to the front. Hey, Reginald, what's up? Hey, Reginald. Hey, Betty, I didn't know if you were still around. I seen your message from earlier, and I started a few minutes late than I had scheduled it. Yeah, Reginald, hey, man, it's good to see you in the chat there for a second. But I was discussing, okay. Well, then you've heard me talk about David and everything else, Betty. And I've already explained, well, Reginald just came in, but I was explaining, that this past week or two, I have not been live as much as you would be used to seeing me. Usually I try to go live several times a week, in the middle of the day, sometime just at random times, sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the afternoon, sometimes both, but I just been out of sync with myself. I haven't felt I haven't felt much like myself lately. If that makes any sense, I feel anyway. But this was volume one of the Chainsaw Man, and I've already finished that. And then now, the other day, I did get volume two coming in. Of course, there's a bunch of different ones. Just kind of showing y'all a few things. Got several good things to catch up on. I might end up doing some of that later today. I feel kind of like a lump, or like I haven't felt quite as productive. See, I think many of us feel the same way. Yeah. Oh, and Betty, happy Mother's Day to you. Oh, okay. I see. It can be stressful going live all the time. That's why I don't. Yeah. Like I have a lot of time on my hands almost every day that I can go live anytime I want. And, but I just like there's just been something not quite feeling right, and then there was a few days where I wouldn't have been able to present myself very well if I went live. Like I was in the middle of something that wasn't too great, and if I'd gotten on here live, it just people would have seen me in a way that I probably wouldn't want them to see me. So that's why I just. But I was discussing, that if it wasn't for women, for the female, then we don't come into this physical world. I know it sounds weird, but I remember years ago when I first became and was told who I was, Grey Cloud, I would always refer to, the birth canal as a portal. Like at some point you're crossing over at conception from spirit, like your spirit is already there. It's already a consciousness. Now you don't have to believe me, but that's what I know for myself, and I know that this is. So we come from consciousness. We're a part of consciousness. We are also a singular consciousness, and then we must be born through the female. So I mean, I've always had a lot of. I just think people. You hear people talk like that or something. You might think that I'm a little strange or something, but if it wasn't for Mom, I couldn't have came here. My mama came here, and the male and female are equally needed for different reasons. The first relationship the child has. Oh yeah, I'm just meaning without the female part, then nothing comes through. So. Got to give each other credit more. Yeah, I think the other day, my friend Teresa, who is also a subscriber, I don't see her here. I think I told her I was going to go live. I don't know. She hadn't been in a chat in a while. But she brought up that, I think Friday, because I was talking about I was feeling weird and just kind of something's been off in my head the past week or two. And she's like she said she'd felt a little weird, and right. Women don't get enough credit, yeah. I mean, I was raised by my mom, so I was my mom was my best friend, really. And so, Teresa said the other day, she said she was feeling a little kind of off and down. And she was thinking about Mother's Day coming up, and I'd kind of forgot about that. A lot of people are feeling like that, I think. Yeah, I think, and I don't think necessarily, it might not really have anything to do with Mother's Day, but once that came to my consciousness, oh, Sunday's going to be Mother's Day, I was like, well, there's another thing that could be putting a little damper on my days. I think you're right. There was a few weeks ago I was talking about not feeling quite right either, and then everything kind of got better. And then, but I had several people talking about when I would bring this up that yeah, I can't like my mom was, I'm very grateful. She taught me a lot about life and how to deal with people, and she taught me a lot about females because she is a woman, like, so I'm very grateful for that too. My mom was a pretty much a straightforward, straight to the point person. If she liked you, she liked you. If she didn't, you'd know it. Oh, well, like my relationship with my dad is not that great. Not that bad either. It's just there's never been much of a relationship with my father. He's still alive. I've kind of said before, and not to be rude sounding, but he's more like a sperm donor than he was like really like you know. I know who he is. I went and visited his mom. Like he had custody of me on the weekends, but I usually spent most of that time with my grandmother, Granny Luna Lemming. And okay, you got to go. Are you working tonight, Betty? I'm probably gonna. I hope to enjoy my day. I feel like at first, like I said, I would have probably walked up to the church today if once David texted me, but I didn't have the dogs inside and I didn't see them around. They were kind of somewhere out of sight, and for a minute I thought about walking there. Okay, always working, yeah. And so, I opted not to try to take off walking. It's not that far, but I didn't, just because I didn't see the dogs, like I've said before, I took off thinking, oh, they're nowhere around. They won't see me. I'm going to go up walking. And then, 10 minutes into my walk, at least one of them has followed me. If I don't have them put in the house. So, I've been trying not to stress too much, but, my one dog is in heat, and so far I don't think she's took anybody, but it's like I don't have her. It's been such a mess ever since I've been here. Not being able to drive, not having a car, and all that kind of stuff. Just not being able to be as mobile as some people has sometimes complicated certain situations for me in getting some things done. For instance, if I had my own vehicle and I had a license and all that, a long time ago I could have found different places to hang out, different people to meet and associate with. I could have easily gotten to a vet probably a lot easier than when you don't have a vehicle. Anyway, I'm not trying to be a downer either. I don't know if you're still there, Leslie. But I don't know. It rained most of last night. It rained almost all day yesterday, and I'd wake up throughout the night, and it had stopped, and then it would start back and start back. It's not been raining for a while now, but we're supposed to get some more rain here in a few hours. Excuse me. It's overcast and everything, of course. Oh, and I'm aggravated. I had an order that I'd ordered at the beginning when I got paid a few weeks ago. I ordered something. It did not arrive, it was sent to some post office box. It didn't tell the post office box number, but it said it's been dropped off at a post office box in Birmingham. And I don't live in Birmingham. So I couldn't get it. Had to contact the company and be like, what is going on here? I've ordered from you guys before. Never had this happen. So they just resent, like just made another package and sent it. It was being predicted to be here Friday and it still ain't showed up. And now all it says is it's going to arrive later than expected. And so that's a big headache. Like I hope that this isn't a problem again, that come Monday, I hope I'm not having to contact that company once again to say, this second package still is not here. What's going on? Oh, if that's the only thing I got to complain about, because if they don't ever come, then I'm going to contact my card company. And like, I don't want to have bad dealings with the company that I'm ordering from, but if I don't ever get the package, then I'm going to contact my bank card company and be like, look, I paid for this. They've sent it twice to me. It didn't show up at my, it's not here. I don't have this. Like, I'm going to make a claim against it so I can at least get the money back on my card. But I'm trying to be reasonable because the company hasn't been rude or anything. They got back with me promptly. Within 2 days, had another package out in the mail. And then it still ain't, like, it didn't show up Friday. Nothing updated yesterday other than it's going to be late. So. Oh. 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 Oh, I'm going to get up for a minute. I'll be right back. Oh. 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 Yeah. I hope you have a wonderful day too. Oh, hey Tomcat, what's up? Sorry I was away for a second. Well, what's up with me is I was going to go to church this morning. I haven't been in a few weeks. But my friend David, it was getting close to 10 o'clock and he hadn't got here yet. Then he texted me, he said, I'm heading, he said, I'm not going to make it. I'm going to the hospital. I'm not feeling good. And that's really all I know. I don't have any details on what specifically is going on with David. I've done kind of explained it, but he's like 70 years old. He's had stents put in since last year or something. Between last year and this year, he had some stents put in. And I do know he has a regular heart doctor he goes see. So, yeah, I'm just that kind of threw my plans off because I was saying, Tom, that, oh yeah, I was trying to, I made a post, I'm trying to tell everybody, if your mom's still in your life and not passed on and you have a good relation with them, then try to, either reach out to them or go spend some time with them or whatever it is. Some people are located in different places. And also, let me see here. I was trying to see for a second. I thought I had texted my sister already Happy Mother's Day, and I think I might not have done that. I might have forgot. She could be working, though, and she might not be working, but I meant to text her a little bit ago, and I don't think I did because I don't see her responding back to anything, so that's what I was checking. Oh. So, what I decided was I'll go live for a little bit because, I just went live through the YouTube app. It's a lot. It's a little simpler for me to do that. Well, Tomcat, I haven't done as many live streams in the past couple of weeks. I was talking about that too. Betty Spaghetti was saying she thinks a lot of people have been a little weird. I was somehow feeling off the past few weeks. And, I went through that last month, got through it. Things kind of straightened out a little bit. And then between last week and this week, I've just been not as getting, still doing my Jesus Calling videos and stuff. But as far as live streaming, I just haven't done it as much. I did a stream about 4 days ago, but, I'm trying to get my nerve, like when I go a few days, like I got so used to doing it pretty regular, it wasn't no big deal. And then when I kind of backed off, like when I back off from a stream about every day, it's not always every day, but when I back off from it, when I come back to it, it's kind of, it takes me a minute to get back in the groove of like wanting to do it like pretty regular. Yeah, I've just spent a lot of time in my head here lately, so if that tells you anything. And then last week, I've kind of fumbled the ball a few times last week. Like last month, I did so well. I had went pretty much the entire month without really drinking. I'd done a lot better on my money. By the time the end of the month it came closer to my next payday, I still had a few bucks, where it's like you reverse it now. It's like in this month, it's like I'm just a few days. I still got about another 17 days before the next payday, and I'm closer to zilched. Okay, cool. I wish I could say that. Because, like I said, I had almost a month last month, or I went through last month pretty much without really drinking. I think I drank at the beginning of the month. Then I stopped, and I made it through almost the entirety of the rest of the month. And then this month, I've stumbled and messed up a few times. So, and when it's easier to mismanage funds when you're doing that too, or it is for me. One thing I'm just frustrated about is an order I was talking about not getting yet. And it's an order of something that I particularly like to have, but, it just didn't get sent to my place. And I had to contact the company, and then they had to resend it, and it still ain't here. And I'm starting to worry that we might have the same problem. Well, I don't understand why sometimes it seems a lot easier than it is. I mean, there's times that I just don't even, I can go and be weeks at a time without it and not think about it. But there'll be just that one specific odd day. Either you've had something bad go on and you're thinking too hard, or sometimes I don't even have to have shit happen. It don't have to be anything bad has happened. Sometimes it's just like I've found myself, say I've been without a drink for a month, and then all of a sudden one day it's just it's a nice day. It's like I just feel good, and I'm like, I'm a grown man. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go get me and it never fails. It's always the same. The bad thing about, I like to use the reference of sometimes I'll give it to God, and then I'm constantly trying to take it back or thinking that I'm in control again. I think that's the human condition. You know what I mean? I used to refer to it as as long as I allow the driver to be the driver, and that should be the big kahuna, God, the spirit, the thing that moves through me and has always guided me. When I allow that to take the course and steer me in wherever direction, things go a lot better. And then, but it's been my predicament that sometimes I want to reach over and I want to grab the wheel again and think that I'm okay. I've had a few weeks or I've had a few months of doing pretty good. And now let me take that wheel. Let me see if I can drive and steer my own life again. And it usually don't work too well. I hit a wall again, hit a wall and have to. But I know that that's why it's important for me to I'm constantly having to reach back out and just give it to God, because I know that I fumble the ball when it's just me. I think it's good. I'm glad to see. It seems like you're in a pretty good mood today. I'm glad. Sounds awesome too that you got to go with your mom to church, on Mother's Day. That's really a blessing. Shit got censored. You must have censored it. Oh. But yeah, I was just thinking, I'd got up and got ready, cleaned myself up, put on some pants, and contacted David, and then David is having trouble and had to go to the hospital. So hopefully he's going to be okay. So I didn't make it to church. And we were just talking about, I just knew it was Mother's Day, and I thought, okay, well, something told me, because I feel all right, I don't feel off today. I'm sober. And, but, I don't know. I just knew, autocorrect, yeah. So, yeah, I'm hoping that by the end of, I'm hoping at some point today I can track that package and it'll show me. Now, this is what happened last time, though. On a Sunday, it showed to be in Birmingham, but when it came on that next day, it never left Birmingham. Because most of the mail routes through Birmingham, and then it'll come to me. Like, it'll, you know what I'm saying? It'll go from, depending on what state it comes from, it'll either go through Atlanta or it'll go through Birmingham. Sometimes it's went through Nashville. Most of the time it ends up in Birmingham, and then once I see that a package is in Birmingham, the next step is it's on its way to the destination, and then the next morning I'll see that it's in Henniger, where I'm at. And I'm really hoping tomorrow, I'm hoping by the end of the day that I see at least it's in Birmingham, and that tomorrow it is here. Because this will be the second time, if it don't show up at my house, this will be the second time that they've sent this, and there's been some kind of issue. But I'm all right. Like I said, if I have to, if the package don't arrive, I'll contact the company again, and I'll have to tell them, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to have to contact, it's either them send it again, or I contact my card company and get money put back on my card. Because, if I don't get what I paid for, then I need the money back. Especially now I can use it. But I still want the package. Auto correct. I was, right before you jumped into the chat, Tom, I just pulled this little kitty kit. Well, it is a kid's kit. Mike Maranatha had sent to me like about a month. How long ago did he send me that? Came through way of Amazon about, I think I've had it a little over a month, huh? It's probably been about a month ago, or a little longer, somewhere around there. You know, it's just a tiny little kit, but it's fun. I haven't been doing as much with it these past few weeks that I've done less streaming. I've even been lazier about, but I don't know if you're like this. If I feel like I have to force myself to do it, a lot of times I'm not going to do it. But I know also sometimes it's good to just keep in practice, being consistent. Not talking about playing a drum set, but like with my YouTube channel. Sending you all the love and respect from my heart to you. Thank you, Tom. That means a lot. I am sorry that you haven't heard from me as much lately, but I think we've both been in our own, I've seen some of your videos, like I've seen your posts and things, and be honest with you though, I have been less on YouTube. Like I've been putting up a daily video at least. There was one day I skipped and didn't ever do the video, and then I just caught up on it the next day. I did 2 videos. But I've been like not really watching a lot of YouTube lately. What I have been doing when I'm watching something is I found some kind of TV show on Tubi. It was a Canadian show, but it was pretty cool. It had 7 seasons. I just finished it yesterday, called Da Vinci's Inquest. Yeah, like I need to wash clothes, and I haven't been able to get to the laundromat because my neighbor's van, well, they thought the alternator was bad. She had ordered an alternator, but they got the wrong one in. But somebody looked at the belt, and I think the belt was broke. So what they're doing today is she's got a new belt. They're putting that belt on, and then that'll tell them it was just the belt. At first they thought it was the alternator, but now that they see the belt was broke, that's probably part of it. Like if the belt wasn't on there, then the alternator wouldn't be charging the battery. So once that gets put on there, it might run today. Like what they're going to do, I guess, and then if it still don't charge the battery, they know the alternator is completely bad. And she'll just have to get, because evidently the auto store ordered the wrong one or something. So what I'm saying is, like today, if I went to church with David, I was going to mention to him that I'm about getting a ride sometime this week, if he could take me over and drop me off. Because I do still have enough money to at least get my clothes washed. And I'm getting down to where pretty soon, like all my socks, like all my good socks are about dirty and stuff. But there's always a way made. If Betty's van gets to running in the next few days, I'll be able to probably talk my neighbor into taking me. Oh, okay. Almost 2 weeks you've laid off. Oh, you've been laid off. Okay. I thought it. I thought that it. I thought it had happened a longer time ago. Oh, 2 months. Okay, that's what I was going to say. I thought that it had been like longer ago, unless you had gotten something else, and then. But okay, you. I get what you're saying though, because I was remembering the timeline, it being seeming longer than 2 weeks ago, that when you first was talking about it, and then we even talked some on the phone and everything about it, a few times. Yeah, I'm glad I went live. Too, because well, I didn't really know. Like I said, I planned to be at church at this moment, but I'm not. So, okay. Is your brother still there? I think. I don't know. He's about okay. Yeah, well, I didn't know. I know that he was still there, but like you were saying, I remember a few months ago you said that he was kind of like worried too, since they were starting to downsize anyway. Since ever whatever the reason is, they're trying to say why they're doing it. Oh, excuse me. Oh, for some reason I just had a big So, and when we're talking about going live, though, as you can see, I just went through the app today, the YouTube app. I haven't done a stream in a few weeks where I've had anybody really come on with me. And, like, sometimes, like, I'm going to have to get back into that. I'm going to have to try to, but I've had my own other complications, so I know that the past few weeks, anytime I went live, I was like, I'm just going to go on by myself and let's just see who shows up and wants to talk. Because sometimes me just doing the live streams completely by myself seems to be like I think I have a better knack at just being by myself, but you have to learn how, like when I do want to have somebody on, I got to learn how to operate everything. Like that day you did it, and there've been several times. Yeah, like I still want to get to where I have at some point I want to schedule. I want to schedule not like a set schedule for every day, but I want to try to pinpoint one day out of the week that there's a specific day and a specific time that's a scheduled live stream, unless something comes up, to where even if I had a bunch of stuff go on that week, at least that particular day I would do a live stream. Is what I'm trying to get to eventually. Like I might go live every other day at random times, but like that particular day, everybody would know after a while, okay, he's live every Monday at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or he's live every Saturday at 12 o'clock noon, like something that in between one week to the next, I can maybe schedule to have people come on and we actually have some conversations or a panel about a certain topic and stuff. Oh, okay. We had a lot of rain yesterday and today or last night. Right now, it's kind of sunny out, but it's also cloudy because after lunchtime, the chances of rain starts increasing again, going into like, I think what I was seeing is by 2 or 3 o'clock this afternoon, we should be getting some rain, and then it's going to just kind of gradually increase as I go into the night. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like doing the pop-up lives. I was just meaning, I think for me, if I had one day a week that I knew that's the particular day, that'll be the day that I want to just have a topic type thing. And then maybe, like for instance, if I know that I'm going to do it on Saturdays at sometime in the middle of the day, whatever day it is, and I'm doing it, I get it going. It might start off just being me every week on that particular day by myself. But I was thinking I can use that day like to reach out to a couple of people and say, hey, would you be free on this day that I do a stream at this time? And we can come up with some kind of talk, Yeah. It rained almost all day yesterday, and I just took the time to I just kind of stayed inside, mostly in my bedroom. I did a lot of, I watched a lot of that TV show, Da Vinci's Inquest. Yeah, like, well, I get that, Tom, because I think that's why, like, the past few weeks, or look, I was trying not to push myself too hard. So if all I did in the day for the channel for YouTube was, say, my Jesus Calling devotional video that I usually do every day, I was satisfied. I figured, because sometimes I am on the go. I have the energy, and every day is like I want to do a live stream, and I want. Hey, good to see you, man. I'm glad you stopped by for a second, heroes. Sorry you ain't seen me in your chats in a little while. I was telling people I've been a little off. Kind of just, but I'm trying to get back in the groove of doing some stuff, and also I've been watching less YouTube, so I just hadn't called a lot of people. Like, I've seen some. Yeah, I noticed that you've been doing a lot of the. Yeah, I'm glad Heroes. Thanks for stopping by, though, man. Heroes for Hire Comic Club. Yeah, I catch him. I like when he's live. They have him and the guys really have a pretty good positive take on things. I just like seeing people like having fun and talking about things they really enjoy. Like my channel is kind of all over the place. Like I might talk about comics and then I might not. My second channel is the one that I would be talking mostly about comics. And really, I haven't done anything in a week or like I haven't done anything updated in a while over there. Which I need to, because I've got a bunch of stuff in. I've done a few videos over there a few weeks ago for some packages that I got from and stuff. Like, when I got this stuff in, I think that was last month. I think I was live at one point and a package came in and I opened it on the live stream. Showed off, well, I did that with these. I had 9 of these. This was something I'm really excited that I got this past week. I haven't started reading it yet or anything, but I pre-ordered this a few weeks ago, or at the end of February, I believe. And then it just released this past week, and they sent it out to me. I was a huge fan of, let me see here, hold on. No, that's cool, Tom. I might not be on here much longer. I'm just kind of, like I said, I was going to go to church, and then David is at the hospital, and I don't know what's going on with him, but I'm going to, I just went live because something just, I feel all right today, and I felt like seeing if anybody was interested in chatting or talking and wanting to, see how it's going. Because there have been several people there's several people that watch me that have probably noticed how I've been wondering why I haven't been as active or as live as I had been. So I just thought since I feel up to it, I might as well do it today. And I haven't really checked to see if my friend Johnny is having a stream this afternoon. Usually, if he is, his Scabcast is usually Sunday afternoon or Sunday evening. And I don't know if he's got a guest or an interview that he's doing, or if he's just doing an open panel tonight. Because if he's got one where he's inviting just anybody to come on to talk, I might pop in there tonight because I've been out of pocket with them guys for a few weeks. That's some of the other guys that I know that are into comics and stuff too. And Johnny, he's a pretty peculiar character. I like him. He's over from England, Johnny Scab. Well, that's his name on the channel, and but he's a good dude, good bloke. So let me see. I'm gonna look at the time real quick. Man, it is still early. It's only 11:15 or 11:14. So really, I could, I've been live. This has been a pretty good stream. So, you know, uh, trying to decide if I want to end this now. We're almost at an hour. Several people came by. We had Betty Spaghetti show up in the chat, Tomcat's World, Heroes for Hire, Comic Club. Great dude, man. I appreciate that being here, even if it was just for a minute. Leslie Stover, several people. I appreciate everybody that has showed up in the chat, and you guys hit the like button. I appreciate that too. And I didn't even say anything about doing it. You just did it. So I appreciate that. Uh-oh. Go. Okay. And I got to get with Victoria about getting an address to send her that book. I'd mentioned that the giveaway I put up a few months ago, really only 2 people commented on the actual video to say they wanted in. And I gave plenty of opportunities for people to let me know that they wanted a chance or not. And they didn't. So, but I have 2 copies of the book, and I've sent one to Teresa. So but the other person that did comment and said for sure they were interested in it was Victoria. So hopefully I'll see Victoria in a comment and be able to tell her, or she'll catch me live soon. And I'll just need to get the information to where to send it and send the book out here in a few weeks. Hopefully, that's what I plan on doing anyway. So I hope everybody I hope you continue to have a good day. I might go live again later. I don't know. I appreciate each and every one of you. And well, the way I say I love you is ditto. So Till next time, Mr. Grey Cloud, sage of the eternal moment, over and out, ditto.